Hi, welcome to the next episode of Developing a Squat Practice. Today we're going to be talking all about the scale-up journey and scaling up from zero and really building scale into your business. So I started Tooth Club with our first single practice, but always had a vision of I wanted it to be big. So I want to talk to you about some of my experiences of going through the scale-up journey and how I think we've made it work. So firstly, going into business is scary. When you're taking on debt, you've got risks, you're employing people, you're taking on leases. All of these things can be quite scary. And I guess you have to be a little bit fearless. You've got to trust the process a little bit, but also make educated risks around what you're doing. You know, cash flow planning, make sure that you've got enough capital and you've got a little bit of reserve and a little bit of fat in there should you run into trouble. So do not be scared to take some level of risk, just ensure that it's measured. One of the most successful things about scaling up Tooth Club has been the people. I've always surrounded myself with really, really good people. Often people that are better than me in certain functions because they can do a better job. So I've really hired good quality people around me. And often when people think of Tooth Club, they always associate it back to me. However, the reality is this business operates because I've got fantastic people. We've got people in marketing, we've got really good practice managers, clinical leads, and all of these people have been what's really important. So if you're thinking about scaling up a business, make sure you surround yourself with the best people and you invest in them, you train them, and you build an inner circle of people that are going to help you scale your business, because you can't do it alone. And I think that's one of the golden rules, is about making sure you've got people around you that help you scale up. One of the challenges when you're scaling up is how do you maintain quality? How do you make sure every one of your sites, whether you're 1 or 2 sites, whether you're 5 sites or 14 sites, how do you make sure that you maintain that level of quality? And the truth is, it's hard. But the one trick that I'd give anyone is to make sure you've got really clear systems and processes in place. Make sure that you know that you are clear on your expectation around what should be in a practice. It's documented, you've got systems in place, and you go through and you check and you test those systems. Whether you use a mystery shopper, whether you do a floor walk yourself, never compromise on the quality and making sure that those systems work and they evolve with time. The systems that you have in place with 1 or 2 practices is never going to be the same as if you have 5, 6, 10 or 14 practices. And I'm sure it's not going to be the same when you've got 50 practices. However, making sure that you've got the systems and disciplines in place is what's going to make you really successful, and it sets really clear expectations for your team. In the scale-up journey, what's been really important in Tooth Club and what is pivotal in the next phase of our growth is really around culture. We're really clear on what culture at Tooth Club's about. Not everyone can align to it, not everyone believes in it. However, anyone that we hire and we have in our business and is successful are really ingrained into culture, and they are culture carriers. They train other people, new people that are coming into our business, around culture. Culture is really important. Being really clear on your vision, your values, and make sure that you've got a team of people around you that adhere to them is really, really important. And it ensures that you have a really positive, non-toxic work environment, even when you're scaling up to having more sites. If you're a dentist working clinically and wanting to scale up your business, or maybe buy your 2nd practice or your 3rd practice, how do you do it? I think the key is you do need to create some time where you're not working clinically. Whether it's initially 1 or 2 days where you kind of reduce your workload, where you appoint a practice manager that can take on more running of the single site, I think that's really important. But you do need to be really disciplined when you're in surgery. You can't do anything else. And then when you're out of surgery, you're really focusing on the growth of your practice or your next site. Surrounding yourself with good talent is really, really important. For me, I've always had an inner circle of people that have been really committed to the Tooth Club vision and journey, have worked tirelessly to make it successful. And I think that's really important, having that inner circle, having that management team around you. In the early days, it may not be a senior team, right? Yeah. But even having, your practice teams work with you to grow can be hugely successful. So really making sure you've got a nice inner circle to help you. But what's also been really useful at Tooth Club is having a group of suppliers that really back us, that really believe in our vision. So we really do use few suppliers, but based purely on relationships and having good relationships with them, because in your time of need, they can help you. They also have relationships with other suppliers that have been on the growth journey and can help you scale up. So really think about building a community around you, not just your team, but the wider team as well. The hard thing about scaling up is the team that got you to a certain point may not be the same team that take you to the next point, and that's okay. And you've got to be really honest as an owner, as a founder, as a CEO, to know when the right time is to bring new people in and change it up a little bit, and that's okay. And my philosophy has always been to do it with kindness. So when you're scaling up, do it with kindness, do it with respect, and you never know when you need people further down the line to help your business. I hope that gives you some ideas around scaling up your business and how I've done it here at Tooth Club. Good luck with your journey, and I look forward to seeing your scale up journey.